a lot of people into spirituality always talk about sex and the power that's within the act of sex. We look at it as pleasure. A lot of people look at it as, some people look at it as function. We realize it's an energetic exchange. So how I want to start this show is, since it's an energetic exchange happening during sex, um, casual sex. Let's start out like this: casual sex. How dangerous is casual sex for a man or a woman? Because some people say it's more dangerous for women because they absorb energy, to have casual sex, because you're constantly exchanging energy from different partners, different mates, constantly. You know, I got this girl on Thursday, Friday I got this girl, then on Monday I got that girl, and they say having so much casual sex could make you a little cuckoo because you got so many personalities and energies that you absorbing, and you one day, like, you wondering why these girls that's loose, they're a little crazy because they fucking everything moving. So talk to me about casual sex. Is it dangerous? Is that a myth? But let's start out like that, my brother.
Yeah, that's a good question. Both men and women are like sponges. Women more so because women are the receptive dynamic. You know, the feminine deals with receptive power. They are a receptacle for the absorption of all outside influences and frequencies that move from the environment, surround, and integrate with their own person. The masculine is a projector projecting that type of frequency. The masculine deals with the release and the propelling of energy, whereas the feminine deals with the reception and absorption of that energy. So every time a woman is in a relationship with a man on a sexual level, she does become that etheric and transcendent sponge that absorbs that energy, retains that energy, and unless she goes through a process of, and I don't want to say purification per se, but I will say a process of release and transmutation of that energy that she has received will sit and begin to expand in organs and glands in various ways and impact consciousness and perception of her own personal reality and the realities that encircle her in her everyday world. One of the things that when you look at, and I think I went through this in the last program, there's a saying that says the union of man and woman is like the mating of heaven and earth. It is because of their correct mating that heaven and earth last forever. Humans have lost this secret and have therefore become mortal. By knowing it, the path to immortality is open. And having that path open is what we search for, what we need, what we want, because it feeds into a very strong and empowering dynamic that most of us move through the world just completely and totally unaware of. We don't stop and we don't think about the nature of creative energy. Sexual energy is pure creative force. That pure creative force generates in various ways, multitudinous ways, all of what we see and identify in the universe around us. And it behooves us to begin to like really refine and cultivate ourselves on sexual levels, because that takes us to a level of self-empowerment and develops a level of personal power that makes us transcendent in terms of how we view the realities that we connect with, that we integrate with. Um, there are certain things, like, for example, when you look at male sexual energy deals with a variety of different aspects that relate to when that energy, sexual energy, is lost. It impacts character, it impacts physicality, it impacts spiritual foundation and integration. The dissipation of spiritual consciousness takes place, and that's chiefly through the expenditure of the loss of semen. Losing semen lowers the energy reserves of both mind and body. Each time a man ejaculates, there's a loss between 200 million to 500 million sperm cells in his body.
Wow. Wow.
Now, he
Wow.
wants to understand that the average male has about 5,000 ejaculations in a lifetime. This is equal to the amount of 5 gallons of semen. Now, what does 5 gallons of semen look like? Most of us have seen a 5 gallon water jug. That's how much semen goes into our experience of loss. Now, when you take that amount of semen and you equate that to pure life force energy, it gives you an idea of how much life force you are losing in your body.